Hello, welcome to Animal Audit Corner. Let's see if I'm a little early. Oh, I'm just 3 minutes late. Hello, welcome to Animal Audit Corner once again. As you can tell, the weekend, beginning of the week, Saturday, Sunday, I'm in my kitchen cooking. And of course, all you escape the cult, escape Scientology, new life that you have outside of being in isolation. And of course, you want to know how to cook because either they had somebody cook or either they won't because it's a controlled environment and had one group of people not cooking. Well, today I'm going to give you all my recipes that I made so you can actually learn how to cook. So you got your aid from the Aftermath Foundation or MJR Aftermath Foundation and the SPTV Foundation. You got a roof over your head, you got your car, you got the clothes on your back, but there's one thing you need, and that is to learn how to cook, which is, eating is a part of survival. So, I have this recipe for you today. We're going to make Belgian waffles. So, let's get started. Now, you need 2 cups, 2.5 cups of flour. Oh, let me get mine. All right. Got my spatula. All right. Although, should I? No, this is okay. So, hope I use the right. Okay, so we're going to add 2.5 cups of flour. So let's put our 2.5 cups. Yeah. Yeah. Some of my cups in there are buried in there, so I had to get it. So, and your 1/2 cup. Yeah, 1/2 cup of flour. And then 2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay. This goes right here. And now we're going to stir it around so it won't be so complicated to stir. Just mix it around with the dry ingredients first. All right, so I'm going to put this away so I'll have enough room to actually put everything on there, including my waffle. And then later, I'm going to show you the banana bread I made yesterday. Now, and then I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of baking powder. Now, I'm using the pancake recipe to make my Belgian waffle. All right. 3 tablespoons. Yeah. 3 tablespoons. Huh. Well, okay. Put about 3 teaspoons. I don't know where put 3 tablespoons. No, teaspoons. Or, ugh. Okay. Just in case I got mixed up, I put a big heap. All right, and a half teaspoon of salt. Yeah, usually I don't put salt in my food, but for some reason I'm putting salt in here anyway, but all right. All right. Okay. All right. We're going to mix this all around. And if you have a sifter, put it in a sifter, all the dry ingredients together, and squeeze it into the bowl. Or you can use a colander and put it in to the net and sift it like that. But if you don't have those things, and I know you have a colander somewhere because you gotta have to drain your pasta somehow. But anyway, if you don't have it, just take your spoon and just mix it all together. Your spatula, mix it up all together. Maybe I should have used that one, but you know what? What's done is done. I just started using it. All right. And then you're going to need 2.5 cups of non-dairy milk. But since this is a vegetarian kitchen and possibly vegan kitchen, I don't use dairy. I use plant-based milk. But if you got the milk and you want to use it, I can't stop you. So go ahead and use it. All right. Okay, let me get my plant-based milk this away. Now, let's see here. Oh, yeah, the milk. All right. Plant-based milk. And this happens to be soy milk. So you can use any plant-based milk. All right. All right, here we go. This is 1.5 cups. Now I'm going to put the half cup in. Okay. We're going to mix this all around. All right, now we're going to put the other cup in. Okay. Okay. All right. Here's the 1 cup. Put it in. There. All right. Got our batter now. We're going to mix it up. All right. Let's see what happened yesterday. Claire, or was it the day before? Claire was on Growing Up in Polygamy with Sam and Melissa. And they were talking about how Claire grew up the way she did and all about Scientology. So, and maybe I should do a story on Sam and Melissa and how they met, or I can do a story on both of them or one of them. And of course, she talked about her growing up in Scientology. Now we're going to mix this up until the lumps are completely gone. And while I'm doing that, I'll talk about Scientology or other cults. So she was on that show and it was pretty great. I mean, they were so interested about the topic Scientology that they had her on the show just like they had Aaron on the show. And what else happened this week? I was pretty much planning for my show the next day. So I should do it a little bit more often, but let's see. Who else? Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen William Good out there. Let me see if I can find him. And, it's been a while since we saw Chris Without a Hellcat. Part of my language on Sunday. And Confident Chris, of course. He's still the fire. He's been beaten up a couple of times by Scientology and had the scars to prove it. And also, he was at an event where Scientology was. The Scientologists called in a big guy, and they actually had him beat Chris up. And they said they're the most ethical people on earth. Ethical people don't do that. Not at all. So, okay. And what else is there? I mean, those people completely walked all over Chris. Not once, but twice. So guess what he did? He went out, got self-defense classes. He was learning to box just in case. Smart thing to do. Now, I took a self-defense class. They'll come in handy. All right. And yeah, that poor kid has been through so much for what that cult did to him. Olsa did to him. Scientology did to him. What Scientology is actually doing to their own members, which is commit violence. So, all right. And guess what? Nobody attacks Scientology. Scientology does all the attacking. So if Tom Cruise and Jenna Elfman and Juliette Lewis say otherwise, they are lying. So I have some lumps left. So don't listen to what Tom Cruise say. Just watch his movies. That should be it. Don't take him seriously as a human being, because guess what? He is brainwashed. And not only he's brainwashed, he's also the perpetrator. Because you heard all his rants, how he treated Matt Lauder, how he treated the journalist in Australia, 60 Minutes, and how he treated Brooke Shields. He did apologize to her, but he kept on hurting people, because after that event, he actually screamed at an entire crew. So, no. Just go see his movies. Be done with it. Yes, he's a brilliant, talented actor, but it should stop there. Some of those people in show business, you just don't want to be around. So don't take each and every one of them seriously. So, okay. But now with the internet around, the criminals are changing their tactics, but Scientology is the only one that is being stupid, which I'm not complaining. It'll get them in prison faster if these law enforcement in LA and Clearwater would get up off their asses and actually do something about it. Excuse the term. But no, they always want to do what Scientology wants them to do. They got the Los Angeles Police Department, and well, half of them anyway. I'm not going to say all of them, so excuse me. Half of the LAPD and half of the Clearwater Police are actually doing what they want them to do. And that's making illegal arrests without any just cause, like you've seen with Aaron a couple of times when Perry attacked him, when that Scientology claimed that Aaron attacked him, which isn't the case because there were witnesses saying that he did it. It should go well. And it was, I mean, the internet came in handy in proving these cases. So, and that's how half the protesters who were protesting and was sent to jail over the weekend for apparent no reason, which is a waste of taxpayers' money. And when I was working, I couldn't afford that kind of mumbo jumbo. So it's going to stop. Okay. I know it doesn't have to be perfect. And of course, if the Scientologist wasn't breathing, then Cheryl mentioned that he had his mask on. Why did he have his mask on if he was trying to breathe? Now, I have a mild case of asthma. I did have a couple of episodes with him, but since then, I haven't. I had it since I was a kid, but I didn't feel any of it until today's technology came in to the hospitals, to the doctor's office. They tested me and told me that I had it since I was a kid. It was so mild, I don't think my parents were able to tell. So some people have such a tiny little mild case of something. So yeah, they found it and they told me, I'm like, what? So I was completely flabbergasted. So, and yeah, there is technology today that replaced yesterday's, like the internet. The internet is Scientology's worst nightmare. And if people say they like La Costa Nostra, no. Those guys know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing, but according to Dominic Sicali, the code of silence or omerta, gone. They don't no longer use it. And since the internet's been around, I think they've been using different tactics to get around the internet, because guess what? They do not want to be caught, so they have to go with whatever it is. So I don't think they follow their subjects around as much anymore, because guess what? They're being watched in space. So they don't want to take any chances. So I don't know what they do today, but like Dominic Sicali said, quote, they no longer use omerta. And in the mafia, you are not supposed to put your hands on another made man. They are firm on that. And whenever two members of the mafia fight, they usually are dead the next day. They do not allow that. They can't put their hands on another made man. You can't draw attention to yourself. Scientology does that 24/7. And you're not allowed to squeeze money out of members. End of story. Scientology does that. So it's not like La Costa Nostra, and whoever says that, disregard it. Although there is changes in the mafia, like I just mentioned. What are they? I don't know. I'll let you know tomorrow as soon as I get it done today. I kept getting distracted from one thing and another, so I have to write that up and finish it by tonight. And I'm going to get it to you tomorrow. So I got a lot of work to do after this stream. All right. I know so, and plus I haven't really had much time to write Buffer Squirrel and see if I can I submit everything to her, but so far I don't know whether I'm on there because I've been preoccupied. So with getting my own stories, getting everything ready for my stream, that I haven't had a chance to actually look. And plus, I want to get a job, but fortunately, my resume is in my other laptop. I can't get into it. So, and all due because I know it was them, because all my clips on Scientology is gone. It was gone. It was deleted. So they hacked into my computer. So I had to start all over again. Luckily, I still had my notes. Did it. But then I found the other clips in my tablet. It was unbelievable. So I just kept it as it is. I'm not going to tell you how. So it was a lot like giving a 2-year-old an old cell phone. So I didn't mind that, kept it as is. So I didn't mind that at all. So, all right. I guess you can't be perfect and most of the lumps are gone. So we're going to get our waffle iron. We're going to clear out some of these things. And it's been 25 minutes since 28 minutes since I screened whatever. All right, now I'm going to grab my waffle iron. Okay. All right, so I'm going to plug this in. Whoa. So if I could get my cam to work, let's see. Oh, geez. Okay, so you know what? I can't get this to work at all, so I'm going to have to buy it. Something's wrong with it. The cap came off, and of course, I can't use it. So I have to unplug this and wipe my waffle iron with olive oil so it doesn't stick, because I can't get this to work. I don't know what, the cap came off, the spray pot came off, and now it's impossible to use it, and I don't know what to do with it because now it's a total waste. So it's unbelievable. So we're going to grab olive oil, and I unplugged it first, so I won't get burned. There won't be any accidents. So I unplugged that first. So, okay. Now, we're in a tablespoon. Okay. All right. Okay. And then wipe it up with a paper towel. So it'll get all over. Okay. And I'm also going to put it on top of it. Yeah, it's a pain in the neck. If you have a cooking spray like this one, go ahead and use it. But as you can tell, I have to use olive oil and spread it up here, down here. But if you have a cooking spray, use it, because it's a lot more easier than doing this. So I have to get it all over my waffle iron. And oh my gosh, did you see? Well, I mentioned this yesterday, but Jenna Miscavige made potatoes. I should just check out her show. But oh my gosh, it looks amazing. So I'm going to have to check that out. And what does the SPTV chef cook up? I heard he makes wild cookies. So go on their internet. It's, oh my gosh, she is just so Jenna is just so elegant. I'm not elegant. I'm not a traditional woman, but it seems to be that she is. But you know what? I'm like the woman advocate, and except when I'm around my family, then I have the tendency to just say, oh, well, they're my family. There's not much I can do about it, but I am not a traditional woman, no way. So, oh my, she is so elegant. I do wear makeup, but it's been years. But if I have my lights on and I appear flushed, I go put my makeup on. But I haven't used makeup like Jenna does in years. I'm telling you. All right, so okay. All right. Okay, it is unplugged, so I don't know what the story is here. Okay. All right, here we go. And let's see. Oh, she is. I saw her make granola. It looked pretty good, but I'm not really much of a coconut person. She puts coconut in there, but other than that, it looked great. She actually made coconut for people who are still stuck in Scientology. So it was grand. And her potato chips, I'm gonna have to check that out. I mean, the most I've gotten close to a potato chip of trying to make it was, yeah, it actually turned out so thick that, yeah, I'm gonna have to get tips from her. So, okay, and all right, so put some of it in. This is such a pain in the neck, so it looks like I have to turn it like this at that opposite direction and pour some in, and then actually, okay, here we go. If you do that, oh, okay, it's doing it. All right. Okay, so looks like it turned into an episode of, let's see, one of the comedies on show. I haven't been updated lately, but it was, one of those shows. What is it called? Oh, geez, I haven't been updated. Another Laura and Holly. They're a black and white show, of course. Or Albert and Costello. They're a black and white old show. But me and my brother grew up watching it, even though it was old. Or the episode of Three Stooges. Yeah, it's turning into an episode like that. So, okay. Alrighty, so those. Okay. And now I have to put some up here. This is such a pain. Please use a cooking spray, but yeah, don't go through this dog and pony show like this. So yeah, oh boy. Because you don't want anything to stick or burn on you. So let's see here. Okay, let's see what else is there. Oh boy, this is gonna take years. Okay, because alrighty. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Got that oiled up. Now I have to get the top part oiled. And it's a real pain in the neck. Sorry about the dead air. Let's see, what else is there? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to do a show on Melissa and Sam. And yeah, I checked to see if I can get Club Brain Fog onto my show, but she said she couldn't make it, so I have to go along with that. And I'm going to see who else I can get onto my show. To get more views. And let's see. Okay. I should do a piece on Claire, and I think I might have done an episode with Claire Hadley, or I hope I'm saying her married name right. So yeah, some of these guys like Aaron, Jenna, Nora, Liz. There are 2 Liz's in there. Let's see. Serge. Who else? Yeah. They grew up in it, so they had no control over what their parents put them in. And that's another thing. Kids cannot consent. They are not adults. They're children. And it's disgusting how some of these celebrities are defending it. Some of them, not all of them. Now, some of them you can't rely on because they're horrible people. And the other half, yeah, you can be around. But as I know this, one of my professors in the college I went to actually told me that John Travolta is a nice guy. So I'm convinced he's trapped in there. And guess what? Even good people do something wrong. Sometimes I do something wrong. Everybody does something wrong in life. So, and this is one of the wrong things he's doing. He's still in there. Either they're blackmailing him to stay, or he just doesn't want to leave. So even the nicest person can do something wrong. Right now, I'm talking about it. I admit I've done some things that were wrong. Tom Cruise is definitely at the wrong. He should be in jail for what he's doing. He has indentured slaves, and he doesn't pay them. Scientology is somehow paying them only $47 for the 100 hours they work. They're keeping slave labor. They're not donating their time. They're actually slave labor, and that's illegal. All right. You're not allowed to have slave labor. It's illegal. And of course, the city of Los Angeles is not doing anything about it. And man, this is just taking forever. And I'm thinking, okay, instead of day, I'll just talk. So yeah, if you have a cooking spray, please use instead of going through this dog and pony show. So yeah, it's much easier to use a cooking spray, of course. All right, my cooking spray doesn't work. The spray pot won't spray, and I have a hard time spraying it, so I had to go on to this. All right. All right, let's see here. So the oil. Hopefully. Jeez. All right. Okay, everybody, I'm almost there. But I also have to wipe off, so they will wipe some of this oil off so there won't be an accident. All right, I think we're ready to go. All right, so, okay, I'll just put it in there. All right, now it's time to go. Oh, geez. All right, I did this so there won't be any accidents. And oh gosh, today I haven't even ended my story yesterday, and I gotta get the show off the ground before tomorrow at 7. Now be there, everybody. Okay. All right, here we go. We're gonna heat this up a bit. Okay. And when the green, I have like a blue and green light. Now it's on the blue. And when the green light goes off, that means I'm ready to put this in. Hopefully there won't be any accidents here. Yeah, use a cooking plate, please, so you don't go through all that. So let's see here. What else is there? Yeah, I don't think Aaron Smith is going to go on trial. There's no possible way. He hasn't heard from the DA, which is practically a good sign, even though he wants his day in court. And yeah, not going to happen. I don't think he's going to go on trial at all. He's still waiting from the DA. I don't think he's not doing much. I'm telling you. I think he might. He must be thinking, this is a bogus claim. There's no way I'm going to do this. And of course, it looks like since he's not hearing anything from the DA, he must be thinking, oh, you know what? This is not worth it. I'm just going to let it go. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go on trial. Plain and simple. So, yeah. So, that's it. And once again, Scientology wasted taxpayers' dollars in Clearwater. The empty town proves it. You guys seen it on the internet. Since there's no activity going on in that town, it's dead. There's no businesses. There's no revenue. There's nothing. So the way you can get rid of that is by contacting Congress to ask them how they would feel if they look into having a hearing on revoking Scientology's tax-exempt status in 501. Because this is going to continue if we just let it happen like that. Just, of course, mine is pending, so I have to wait. This is not a Democratic issue. This is not a Republican issue. It's an everybody's issue. So whoever goes into office, address it with them. Don't let Scientology walk all over you. And as you can tell, they're not doing it to me because I'm taking steps not to let that happen. I did not give my exact location where I'm at. And what else? I'm not giving my name all the time. Well, sometimes I do, but I'm not giving out my last name. And I'm definitely going to keep it on my brother's bill just in case. I am still paying for it. Paying the cell phone bills too, even though I'm not going to mention my brother's name at all because, first of all, he won't like it. And second of all, I want my family to be safe. I do not. Okay, green light's on. It's ready to go. Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to use this cup for, this to actually put in the batter. Okay, let me do this. All right, there. Now, I can't believe this, but it's happening. Hopefully, there's not going to be any accident. So, I did wipe on the top part and the bottom part with olive oil because guess what? This is not spraying. So I am just keeping an eye on it just in case there's an accident, but it doesn't look like it is since I wiped it up there pretty good. So, all right. Yeah. Get in touch with your local Congress. That's the only way you can do anything. Because if they still have their tax exempt status, then they're going to continue to use the tax exempt status for illegal purposes. They actually use that tax exempt status to go out and beat other people up. And they use their tax exempt status to pay off the police department in LA. Half of them, not all of them. And the other half in Clearwater Police. I'm not saying all of them do it because I've seen cases where police officers took Aaron's side and the protester side, and that was the end of it. I don't think a couple of them or half of them like walking through an empty town. I wouldn't. Do I want to go down there? So far, no. But I don't know what the future holds. And if I end up going out there, I don't know. But as of now, no. It's just too much for me. I got too many problems as enough as it is. Okay. Now, so it doesn't turn into the episode of Three Stooges, I'm going to check on it. Let's see. Okay, it needs to be brown just a little bit more. Needs to cook a little bit more. Okay, it's smoking. Why? I hope it doesn't burn. But it's working out pretty good. Nothing's sticking. Oh, wow, the smell is so amazing. Oh, I'm getting so hungry. So, now, have my iced coffee. Because it's the summer. I don't want to bother with hot coffee. I have plenty of, I have water daily, of course, as you know. And because water is better for you than juices. It is, but I do have a gallon of juice left, and I do want to drink it. I don't know when I'm going to drink it, but I think I have a half gallon left. Yeah, I got most of it left. So I think it'll be gone by, I think it'll probably be gone by Wednesday, Thursday. So, and, oh, let me show you my banana bread that I made the other day. Okay. Yesterday. Here it is. The vegan banana bread. So, isn't that something? Now I'm going to keep it in the dry. Well, should I keep it in my refrigerator? Usually, if you keep bread in the refrigerator, it'll stay fresh. I'm not even kidding you. So, boy, speaking the truth. My mother did it when I was growing up. She had tips from somebody. If you put it in a refrigerator, it will stay fresher longer. So my banana bread, of course, should I put it in the refrigerator? I don't want it to harden, so usually if I find a recipe on the internet, I redo it so there won't be any copyright issues. So I don't want to get sued. Of course, you know that. I tell you that a million times a day. All right. Let's see if it's brown. Okay. Well, that's doable. Now we're going to get a plate. And a fork. And we're going to cook up the rest of these. I'm not going to log on until the rest of these are gone. All right. Okay, it's brown enough. All right. Now, of course, this is on and I can't oil it up anymore, so let's just give it a shot. So okay. Hopefully it will stick. Yeah, get a cooking spray so you don't have to go through all that. It's much easier than oiling it, and then eventually that oil is going to disappear. So get a cooking spray for this. So you don't want to go through what I'm going through right now. All right, we're going to close this up. Hopefully, I can't put any other oil because then I'll burn myself. So that should do it. All right, let's see here. What other stories should I tell you? Yeah. Jehovah's Witnesses are a little bit of a smaller fish to fry than Scientology. They actually do it to each other than other people. They knock on doors and ring the doorbells. Yeah, it gets aggravated. It eventually gets too aggravating at the end because they drive people crazy and they turn around and say, "Don't answer the door." Well, how do you think people are going to act if you keep doing that? And of course, the Fourth Amendment protects them. So all these former Jehovah's Witnesses came forward and talked about the abuse. They are a cult because they're programmed to go out into the general public, to other people's houses, ring the doorbell, knock on doors, and talk about the good Lord, which I'm not against, but you cannot go around bothering people like that. Now, come on. Now, they have their own church to go to. On occasions, I go on to the Armenian church. On occasions. Because first of all, I don't know what my church does or says because I'm not there a lot. I'm there on occasion. Whether or not they are against the LGBTQ community, I don't know. So I can't say. But a lot of the churches out there reject the LGBTQ community, Buddhism, and other religion practices outside of Christianity. They say all are welcome and acceptance, and they're not even doing it. I don't see it, but you know what? I love going to church because that's the only way I can mingle with my Armenian community. We are a community and we do, yeah. That's the reason why I go on occasions. All right, let's see what's happening here. Okay, it's still cooking up. So hopefully I can't put any other oil because I'll burn myself, let's face it. So just get the cooking spray. It won't be such a rough thing. But if you use this, you'll burn yourself. So yeah, since it's definitely smoking and it smells great. This is what it turned into. And it is a little brown, I can tell you that. So this is the way it's supposed to use. And if you don't have the tool to use it, use a fork. It's better. But yeah, if you use a flipper or a spatula to flip it, it's not going to be so good. So use a fork if you don't have the tool. All right, let's see what else is there. Yeah, I wonder what happened to Mr. Good. He is checking in on the test center to make sure nobody's going in there. He's also one of the protesters. He's the one that started it all. The protesting with the camp video recorder. He actually turned the tables on Scientology because guess what? They're always taking pictures of somebody. They have cameras all over the place. So guess what? William Good started off by turning the tables on Scientology and started filming them. And then one of the little girls complained that, he's harassing me. Where? Guess what? They do the same thing, technically, sort of speaking. They harass, they intimidate, and they mentally get into other people's heads and just mess with them. So, okay. All right, let's see if it's done. All right, looks like it is. Let's see if it'll come out. Yep, it's out. Okay, maybe I should have them. Now, am I going to eat all of them? No. I'm not going to. Maybe most I'll eat is 3. But I'm actually going to put the rest in the freezer and then eat it next weekend. So I'm not going to eat each and every one. That'll be a big mistake. I don't want to weigh 300 pounds. So, all right. Now we're going to put these in. Hopefully it won't stick. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. Yeah, so far it's coming out, so I'm good. Let's see, what else is there? Yeah. And Mindy, she's the glamour queen. She has the most prettiest dresses. She does it. She's the typical woman. A kindergarten teacher that sings. Does she sing to? Does she teach kindergarten? I think she might. She didn't mention what grade it is, but oh my gosh, she charms the pants out of everybody. She's also one of the protesters that protest and see what's going on. Because guess what? Scientology's doing it to us. So, well, to protesters and other people, and they actually turn the tables on them. and they don't like it. So, and then there's Dan Walks LA. He's a charming, cute guy. I wish he wasn't gay so I can find a way to get him, but no. He's not interested in any woman, but he is so cute. So, okay. And yeah, I had a little bit of a crush on him, but yeah, I have no chances with him whatsoever. No woman does. So, so I'm not complaining. So let's see who else is there. Oh, he is just sitting out there. He even has his own tunes. It's called Going Clear. Check it out. It is so great. It's pretty. He's so creative, and yeah, I actually did a magnet business card. So I should just sit down and show you how to actually make one of your own. So I'll see what I'll do about giving the rest of them away. And then I'm going to use it. And what else is there? Yeah. Oh, we're the most ethical person on earth. No. Well, then why do you coerce people, hurt them, and beat them up? You're the attack. Scientology's the attacker. Because guess what? Ethical people do not do things like that. They don't go around beating up other people. They were just voicing Chris was just voicing his First Amendment rights when that woman called to actually get him beat up. Now, ethical people do not do that. No way. And we've seen it. We saw it happen right on the internet. Because guess what? The internet is Scientology's worst nightmare. Let's face it. Okay, let's check. Yeah, I think it should cook maybe a little more. In some spots it's brown, but yeah, and this one, yeah, we've been here for about an hour now. So I'm only gonna maybe eat 2 or 3 of these and then wrap up the rest and throw in the freezer. So yeah, I'm not gonna eat all of it. No way. All right. So I think we're gonna have about, let's see, 8 of these. I think I'm not gonna eat all 8 of them. Forget it. This has about, if it was a pancake, it'd be about 4. So no, I'm not gonna eat all of them. And when I made blueberry pancakes, I did not eat all of them. I took at least 10 of them and threw them in my freezer. And I actually did the same thing with my muffins and my scones. Only my scones are in the refrigerator. I just don't eat it all. And is it going to be stale? Oh, geez, I hope not. If that's the case, stick it in the microwave. If it's too hard, stick it in the microwave. If any of your pastries either stale or just stick it in the microwave. Of course, you know, one of my nieces and nephews would eat lint out of a lint trap. So who knows whether he eats anything stale or he or she. And I'm not giving out the names of my nieces or nephews or any of my family members. No, I'm not going to do that because I want them to live in peace too. So now I give up my last name. Sometimes I give up my name sometimes, but usually I don't. I guess this is one of the reasons that, and I don't even think of it. But you know what? I think I'm better off. Because guess what? There's nobody outside my house. So I'm not complaining. So I have a plus and minus in all this. So yeah. Does buffer squirrel actually look on the directory? No, because half of them are not even talking about the subjects of cults and Scientology. They're just putting on a dog and pony show. I hear no words coming out. Oh, yeah, one. An interview with Natalie, and then the rest are just decorations, and she doesn't say a word. I'm trying to avoid mentioning names, but yeah. Half of them has got to come out because they're not mentioning anything about Scientology. Now, I'm busting my butt writing 7 days a week, and I'm here in the kitchen. There are actually people putting in the grunt work. Those people aren't. But yeah, I went to school. I've been educated, so I'm going to use what I learned and put it on the internet. Okay. Let's see if it's done. Yeah. It's done. Let me get this all for myself. All right. Okay, this is 6. I think this might be 7 or 8. It'll possibly be up to 12. Yeah, I'm not going to end the stream until this is gone. So I will avoid dead air. Don't worry. Okay, what else is there? Yeah. Buffer Squirrel has to make an effort of looking at these. And is Aaron looking at this? I don't know if he knows about this. So and guess what? Club Brain Frog is even protesting Scientology. She's making the effort of going out there protesting. Even with a bruised up ankle, she went out there. But no, she's not getting acknowledged in the directory. So you're going to have to wonder about that. So I think this is going to be 6 to 12. Let me see here. Okay. I have 6 there. I'm not going to eat all of it. I'll probably just eat half of it. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, hopefully this will go in there. I think it's smaller versions. Okay, it looks like it's going to be 6. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 8.5 because I still have a little in there. But yeah, I'm going to put it in there and see how it turns out. I'm going to be that daredevil. Usually, I don't try any of my recipes ahead of time. I just take the chances and just do it. Because, first of all, you don't know what it's going to happen. I may turn it into an episode of The Three Stooges or Albert Costello, whatever. Oh, boy. So, yeah, I mean, my stuff is still edible. Because, look at these. Now, who doesn't want it? Okay, so, all right. Well, I gave you all the tipping course. So, everybody that's out of Scientology and the other cults to learn how to cook. And I'm giving them recipes too and talking about Scientology and other cults. So, yeah. The mindset is different and it varies from subject to subject because my brain set is I have ADHD and I actually learn things differently than another person. Of course, Nora mentioned that she had it. And yeah, I mean, usually in these cases, it's usually from birth. When I first came into the world, I came in like every other baby. Cute, don't say a word. Then at a certain age, I wasn't talking. I wasn't even learning anything the proper way. And then all of a sudden, it was taking too long for me to talk. I didn't do it until I got 4, my brother got 5. So that was 5 years that I did not learn how to talk. And my development, my cognitive skills was unbalanced. And my parents didn't know what to do. And then my aunt, my mother's brother's wife mentioned a psychologist. And of course, I've had her for 10 years. Then she left. And then eventually I was in a group home and I was crying all the time. I did not function as well. And people are asking me, why are you crying? And I'm like, I'm just scared. Yeah, it's something like that. And then in through high school, my symptoms started spiraling out of control. So one day when I turned about, I think 22, I'm saying, oh, I had enough of this. I want to go see a mental health professional. I was put on medication and it did wonders. I eased down a little bit, but then through the years, the medication changed and I'm fine. It's a treatment, it's not a cure. So I'm firmly planted on the ground. I'm not pacing. Usually if I don't take medication, I just pace back and forth. But if I am on medication, it just plants me. I won't pace. I won't run. Yeah. I just am a little bit more calmer. It's treatment. It's not a cure. All right, let me check this. So if you got out of Scientology or other cults, then, or if you need one anyway, the link down below. There are mental health professionals in there. The link down below. There's NAMI. You can contact them. And also, if you need a lawyer and you want to fight Scientology or any other cult group, the information down below is there. Okay. And I got all the resources that is very useful. So get to the link down below if you need any kind of professional help. If you're out of the cult and looking to be healed, there it is. So let me see here. There's a little bit left. Let's see if we can salvage it. Maybe we can salvage one. Okay, let me see here. Let me get a, hold on. All right. Yeah, I am such a messy cook, so I only cook 2 times a week. The rest of the week I have a salad. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. There's a little bit left. Let's see how many I can get in. All right. Okay. Oh boy. I told you. And the only difference is I was never in a cult. So luckily for me, and I do everything myself. You never know who you run into. So if you're into a certain practice, do it yourself because you do not know who you're running into. And there are people that complain about it, but not everybody does it. Wicca does not go around hurting people, but on the contrary, people are accidentally giving false information. Doesn't mean they're bad people. They're just accidentally giving false information. But yeah, Wicca does not go around hurting people. Satanism does. So some of the witchcraft is bad. Not all of them, some of them. And of course, church is saying all of them are evil. No, not all of them. And plus, they're using pagan decorations. All the Christmas trees, all the Christmas wreaths, the Easter eggs were pagan decoration. It doesn't matter where you're making a transition, you're still using pagan decorations. I don't have them in my house. My nieces and nephews used to help me put it up, and now they're adults. They're out of college. And, okay, this is what I got out of it. So let's see what happens. All right. So I got 8 of them. Let's see if I can get these. So I'm not going to have all of them. I'm going to actually have about 2 or 3 of them, and then put the rest away. I'm not going to eat all these. Forget it. But yeah, this is the brunch, the weekend brunch. So I don't actually do any stories on the weekends. I'm in here giving the recipes out to people who are out of Scientology is another cult. But guess what? The regular person can participate too if they want. So yeah, I do not try recipes ahead of time. I usually just take my chances because who knows, may turn into an episode of Benny Hill, who knows? So, or the Three Stooges, classic, and Family Matters with Urkel, who knows what it's going to turn into, because I think somewhere on the internet saying mistakes get views. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever mistake I made, who knows what would happen. All right, so, oh boy, you were only here to smell this. Now, yesterday I made portobello mushroom steaks. It would actually, yeah, it tastes a little bit like a steak. And it's all seasoned up. I put it in the oven. And voila. So, what is gonna, oh my gosh, I'm so hot. Okay, got my morning coffee, only it's in the form of ice. You know what, I'm gonna put more ice in there. And then fill this up. Okay, you want a recipe for iced coffee one day? I will do it. And of course, I should get an ice cream machine and actually make ice cream with you guys, but I don't have one. And I actually tried to make one without it, but I did not succeed. So, okay. All right, we're gonna put this back. All righty. Okay. Now I'm gonna put this in the sink. Yes, I had piles of dishes for me. I just don't like to make that big, huge mess all the time. Like, I'm a messy cook. Some people are neatly clean and know how to keep everything clean around them. I'm not the person to do that. Either I eat the leftovers or I have a salad. And I'm a vegetarian, trying to be a vegan. And you lose weight a lot quicker. I kept off half the weight. I'll credit that vegetarianism for at least keeping half my weight off. But I'm good at losing the weight, not keeping it off. Let's face it. I actually have a treadmill that I get on, but then I get so busy and tied up with what I'm doing for you guys. And for the SP community, I'm writing so many materials on all the personalities you see on YouTube and all the events that's happening in the world of Scientology and other cults. So I just kick back with you guys, since I only do it 2 times a week, and just cook up the storm and actually giving people who just came out of the cult recipes that they can use, or another person can use. It doesn't matter. I'm not leaving you guys out. So it's great. And do I try out my recipes ahead of time? No. Sam and Jenna's probably going to tell me, you know what, you should do it ahead. I just take my chances all the time. And they say, screw ups get more views. And of course, the other day you saw it. Aaron's mouth was moving, but nothing was coming out. And Jenna was there. It was cute and funny. So let's see what's happening. Oh, okay. It's a smaller version, but it's done. All right. So you know what? It went to 1 hour and 22 minutes. Of course, reached the end. And of course, as you know, I'm not eating all this. And what's going on? This will come out. And looks like maybe I'll have this and this. And I actually don't have to actually put this up as much. I'll have maybe about 3 of these and then put the rest in the freezer. All right, guess what? We reached the end. Buy me a coffee. Or if you don't think my show is that great enough, you don't have to. I'm not going to make you, but buy me a coffee. Because guess what? I earned my dollar, I feel. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to earn my dollar by writing all the materials. And yeah, buy me a coffee. Hit the like. Press subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow with Scientology versus the Mafia Part 2. Okay.